1 second. Hello guys. How is everyone doing? I'm just trying to get my music to work, but it's not having any of it apparently. Which is kind of jarring.
Connected to Jamie's iPhone and Jamie's iPhone.
I'll play then. Fanboy 3001, good to hear you're well. I think I'll just have to play some songs through the desktop. You've got ants. What ants have you got, Antboy 3001? You are killing me. Killing you with what? Right guys, what ants should I feed first? Which species would you like me to feed first, guys? Currently we're looking at Singularis, which for some reason they're absolutely terrorizing what's that, I think that's a waxworm that I obviously forgot to kill, and it's just kind of chilling in there. I say chilling in there obviously because it's obviously getting violated to a certain degree. Myrmecia, well, we could start with that one. They are absolutely ferocious, so it's a solid one to start with. But currently, we'll have a quick look at the Singularis. They haven't really got much brood at the minute, so it's a bit concerning, to be honest. I was thinking of making some changes to the substrate. I've got bark in there, and I did have clay in there, I did have compost in there, I had various substrate, but they've just taken it all out, so it's not looking good. It's not looking good. And I don't really know what to feed these either, because these are just rejecting a lot of things at the minute. But nonetheless, we shall feed. Good evening. Sweet made it to the live. Yes, a Ebola graphic or a Bolly graphic, however you say your name. Right, I'm gonna feed these a few. I'm gonna feed these a few mealworms, but these are very methodical, slow. It's pretty. They're pretty tame. Let's have a look at the comments. How to spell Mark. Stopped in, liked the stream, and shared some positivity in the chat. Going live takes courage and consistency. I'm streaming too at the moment. Okay. It does indeed. Boy 3000, I've got the same problem. Mine hasn't got any eggs. Yeah. Singularis seem to be a notoriously slow species. Hold on, let me sort out some lighting. But I mean, they're just, I don't even know what they're doing with that. Like, not really a great deal, I would say, other than pulling it around everywhere. But yeah, I mean, the queen, she's just, I'm hoping that summer, like, it takes off and they end up doing quite well in the summer, and that they're just slow throughout the winter. But saying that, like, I've not hibernated them because they don't really require hibernation from my knowledge, and they've just not really done a great deal. So I only really, because they've not got much brood, I only give them like 1 or 2 mealworms. There's not really any point, like, cutting half, obviously. I'll give them 3. There's not really much great deal doing much more than that. So I'm going to move on from these pretty quick because it's not really. Then they're large, they're quite big. I'm doing a video on these right now because I'm hoping to get up by tomorrow because I haven't posted for 3 weeks. So it's only going to be a very short video while I'm working on the other bigger simulation videos. I've got the same problem. Mine hasn't got any eggs. Yeah. Evil Spidey, hello. How are you? Ram April, did I miss something? No, not really. How to smell Mark? Hey chat. Alright, this person needs, like, banning or something. I don't even know how you ban people on this. I never really put user and time. Yeah, put user and timeout for 24 hours. Doing my head in. Yesterday, a buy colony, Campanotus. Oh, I've never even heard of that one. I have a fortified colony with 13 workers. Learning process they are. It's good to learn while watching yours. It is indeed. It is indeed. Right, I'll move on to some more exciting. I have slightly changed the setup as well, by the way, guys, like in terms of where everything is. Now I've got leaf cutters, the honey pots on the top shelf, and then both bull ants on the top shelf. Singularis sits in the middle there, but obviously I've just put them into moved him into the kind of staging bit where I'll record and stuff. I've moved my Campanotus, Sanctus, and the subs here, so you can properly see, like, easier by just looking down. And look at those, pretty cool. The majors are so large, such a cool colony. I need to do more content on these. I am tempted to sell this one at an event, these Campanotus subnudis. Yeah, I like, they're pretty generic to a certain degree. And then we have the harps just chilling in there, and they're actually doing well. I'll do a proper, like, you'll be able to see these properly in a minute once I move everything to this bit here. So I'll bring down I'm going to try and bring down the bull ants now, so that you guys can see. Right, that's the bull ants, guys. They have technically been fed, but they could do with a bit of a cleaning. But like, the brood is coming on insane, so I have big hopes for this colony. I mean, this larvae is just... I haven't even tried to count them, but there's a decent amount of pupae, decent amount of larvae, and we have had some die. Probably like a previous generation of about 12 have died so far, so the colony was like 30 and is now down to probably like close to 20. I could probably count them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, it's like probably like 20 right now. But obviously with the next generation on the go, there is another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pupae and like 30 to 40 larvae, so I am hopeful that they will continue to do well. Let's have a look at the comments. Nice, I'm trying to move them into test tube. Bull ant video part 2 gonna happen. Yeah, I haven't made a start on it, to be quite transparent, because it's going to take a lot of effort to do that, and I'm trying to stay consistent with uploads, so yeah, it would have took me a couple months to get that to a good quality, and obviously I'm learning more and more each time I upload a video on how to make it more entertaining, so it's quite difficult to make long entertaining videos and have a full-time job and do all the rest, so it takes a while. But yeah, I mean, I'm aiming to get a video up by tomorrow, which will only be a minute or two, which is just on the Singularis. But in the background, I am working on the leaf cud simulation and a Memesian agrocincta bull ant simulation video, and obviously then part 2 of the original documentary. Let's have a look at the comments. Game Burrito, they were doing good. Got up to 8 workers, suddenly the queen's own workers started attacking her and killed her. I was very confused as to why. I mean, look, ants are unpredictable for the most part, so it is what it is, I guess. I'm trying to get these lights to move. There you go, you can kind of see the colony and what they're doing in the background as well. Is this India, but what? How old is the colony? I am not too sure. It's hard to say. What should be my next colony? I'm not too sure, Amboy. What stuff have you got at the minute? Cosina Blocks, yo, how are you? Have you been stung by these by Game Burrito? No, 100% not. If I got stung by these, it would be extremely painful. So I take extra precaution. Yes, I take extra precaution with these because I know that they will be painful if they did sting me. I mean, even like right then, if that worker decided to attempt to get on me, I'd be pretty screwed. What is the best nest type for maculatus? Probably a drier nest. So the way I do it, and it's similar to a friend of mine as well, is if it's a higher humidity type kind of a species, such as any like forest ant, really, like your Camponotus, a lot of the Camponotus that lives in forests, let's say, I go with Wakushi because that's good for holding like moisture, moisture gradient, a higher moisture gradient. And then anything that's a bit drier, I go with like Ant Farm Supplies or Ants HQ or anything like that. What should my next species be? I have Camponotus castaneus, as you know, and they are really growing their brood pile. Also, I want to catch the queen, so it's big-headed ants pavement. Yeah, I mean, you know, you'll have to. Well, there's so many. Realistically, get a messer species, get a harvester ant species, because obviously they're like low maintenance, so they're quite easy to do that with. Yeah, Camponotus nicobarantis is a solid one. I'm gonna place a cricket into here, guys. This is live feeding. If you don't want to see a cricket be hunted down by bull ants, click off the stream right now, to be honest. Anyway, this is my cricket farm currently. Going well. Where is the queen? She is quite hard to tell apart, but she's slightly bigger than the rest, but she's extremely hard to tell apart. So I think, yeah, I'm not even going to attempt to guess which one the queen is, because they are quite similar. Bull ant video part 2 going to happen. Wait, did I already say that? Did I already read that out? Yeah, it is going to happen, but just it's going to take a couple of months to edit, because I need to do other videos, guys, so that it's going to take some while to make it good and stuff. These Mimisia simmies are just as aggressive as a lot of the other bull ants that I've witnessed. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, I mean, part 2 will come, guys, but I am working on it. The next couple of videos for me will be simulating a golden honeypot ant colony for 100 days, simulating a leafcutter ant colony for 100 days, and then a few like other ones, but then obviously part 2 of what I've done in the past. I've got quite a few video ideas, but it's just having time to edit all, film it all, and well, I film a lot often, but let's have a look at the comments. My heart venator colony has just arrived from AntFlix, and all 3 queens are dead, and all the workers too. Well, I've worked with AntFlix many times, and I'm sure if you reach out to Sam or Sadie, they'll sort that out for you. So I wouldn't stress. as long as you haven't taken them out the test tube, I think that they could probably get a replacement or something out. I'd just contact them. Wow, look at their jaws. Yeah, it's crazy. Hard workers, they sting. So very cool. Awesome. I thought maybe the cricket would have put up a fight. I'm not gonna lie, I think I kind of accidentally broke its neck or something in the process of using these. Do you have different colonies? I would love to see an ant war. Well, I do have many different colonies, but I don't fight them, to be honest, because I'd probably get cancelled very quickly. Or at least be put into a category of, you know, a creator that just fights his ant colonies for views and money. So, like AntFlix, for example. These are probably one of my favourite, like this is probably one of my favourite colonies, and I'm glad they're doing well at the minute, but I'm just hoping the queen just doesn't drop dead one day, because that's how a colony as expensive as this can just fall. Yeah, Corsina blocks for 100-day Castaneus video. More than possible, but I'm just waiting for mine to come out of hibernation. Like it's in hibernation at the minute, so. But this species definitely has one of the most active larvae, because like if you just look at, and it's hard to see because they've blurred the glass, but. My favourite species. What's your biggest ant? These are my biggest ants, 100%. Yeah, Lignoperda is a good one as well, if you'd like. You know, the way I see it really is, in terms of size, Lignoperda is a decent size. It's definitely a step up from like a lot of your novice colonies or novice species like Elasis, etc. But then, if you want to go a level higher, then Campanota singularis, which I was showing at the start, is definitely one of the biggest for Campanotus. Wow, Anthology, Technology, but Ant version. Anthology, Technology, but Ant version. Is that really? For tech? I don't know. I mean, if you're just talking study of ants, then it's Myrmecology, which is a subcategory of entomology, really. What are the Lignoperda sensitive to? Vibrations and light, like most ants, I would probably say. Trying to find good positions for my phone to sit, and my phone needs charging, so I'm going to quickly grab a charger. I'll be back in 2 seconds, guys. I need to make these streams a lot more prepared. I think I've got 36 viewers apparently. I have got a second nest for here, but obviously you can see it's not being used. It's just if they fancy digging into it, but I've been advised not to. Did you make your one outworlds? What are the lignin? Did you make your one outworlds? No, these are ant farm supplies, these ones. Brilliant for bull ants. Made specifically for bull ants, these are. And then it's a Wakushi outworld, which I think at this point Wakushi outworlds are one of my favourite. So they will just drag that cricket in now, so there's not really much more to show, I think, with these. What's the species of Mimisia colony? This is Similima. You can see there. Mimisia similima. Jube ants, how do you get the money for these bull ants? Well, I have a full-time sales job and spend a lot of money. Crafting ant. How are you, ma'am? How are you, Nick? It's good to hear, it's good to hear. So yeah, currently we're just watching these dragging a cricket to continue feeding the very hungry larvae. I need to count how many larvae there is. Genuinely, there's just too many to count. I can't even see it all. So we've had a few more pupate, which is brilliant. Busy, busy, busy. Yes, aren't we all? My harps arrived and they all died. I subbed. Thanks, Jacob. Someone put an XRP in the chat. XRP is dead. You're in an ant stream. You're in an ant stream, not an investment or financial stream. Anyway, Bitcoin is far more superior. And just like, thanks, Jacob. Right, I'm gonna move us on to another colony. What do you want to see next, guys? Put in the comment section what you want to see. We could be doing honey pots, Mimisia nigra bull ant if she comes out of her test tube, the queen and worker. Oh, the cricket is resurrected. That's crazy. Wait, we're gonna have to spectate this because I'm sure that Similima will not allow for that. Any trapjaw ants? No, Meta. It's on my list to get, but I had trapjaws, but they died. I made a couple of mistakes, but I know what to do differently this time, so I am eager to get them again. But well, I technically have mini trapjaws, but not the bigger species. So once I've done a few of the videos that I'm working on and they're completed, and I wanna do a trapjaw simulation, 100-day simulation for sure. So once I've done my bull ant simulation, leaf cut simulation, and gold and honeypot ant simulation, those 3 videos, and probably part 2 of the epic documentary. Once I've done all 4 of those videos, I will then have time to start like a trapjaw ant simulation video, So that would definitely be next to my list, but I'd have to get some trap jaws in. But like, if you were to do similar species, then my harps right now are quite similar, obviously, and they're doing well. Again, I've made changes, and I've kind of figured out how to utilize substrate to increase humidity, and you know, they just prefer it with substrate, especially those types of primitive ants. Crafting ant honeypots. Logan Fletcher, or my latest Flavors got her first worker today. Man, congratulations! That is always a big step in the ant keeping. Your first worker. Make sure you get a drop of honey in there, or you know, some carbs, and perhaps wait a week or two and introduce some protein once a few more come about. Only small though, because if you overwhelm like a beginner colony with you know, with a big source of protein, it can be quite detrimental. So like maybe a fruit fly or two for the first few workers, or half a small mealworm, and have some distance as well. Is that a egg? I'm sure I've just saw a mamisi with an egg. Look at the size difference as well. The polymorphism in this species is actually quite noticeable. Like, that's a really small bull ant worker compared to the average size. And there's not really much more on these. Let's have a look at the comments. Any trap draw? No. What kind of ants? Argentina. I need inspirations. Inspirations on what, Crafting Ant? Oh, cool. I hope you'll get another colony soon. TCA, take a look at some of the 3D printed. Mansteel ants are anten. Facts. Do you know Odontomachus, Tyrannicus? You should see some images of this ant. It's pretty insane. I'll have a look, but no, I have not seen that one. Alright, well, honeypot ants I think is what I'll show next, because yeah, they're most popular. I need to move this without them all falling out and trying to absolutely kill me. So give me a second, guys. Right. Successfully moved them. Okay, guys, I'll get the honeypots out now. I have 3 honeypot colonies. I'll show them all now. I've switched them over to red fluid as well, so I think they're all starting to look a bit red. I'll put the macro lens on as well, so you can see up close and personal. One sec, guys. I need to just do some adjusting and we'll be there. There's a little trick with this that you can do, and that is place another phone underneath with a torch, and then it lights up inside, and that is how you get a cinematic shot, guys. Pro level. So these have slightly been changed, as in like the colour, because I've started putting red fluid in there, so they're starting to look really red, which is cool. I mean, look at that one. Wait, if I put the light on now, will it mess everything up? Hold on. Keep the light on, guys, or turn the light off? I don't know, I think that might be making it worse. Hard to tell, really. Yeah, I haven't got any massive repletes yet with this colony. It's all in the development. Can ants not like see-through red or something? No, they can't, Logan Fletcher Hall. They cannot. They supposedly, most species can't see through red, but it's always a great precaution to have anyway to keep it. Is that Nest Ants HQ or Ant Farm Supplies? This is an Ants HQ one. It's called, I think it's called the Nano Myrmico or something. I can't remember. Anyway, go on their website and have a look. You'll be able to find it if you just type in honeypots in the search bar. And if you need a discount code, use AntFlix for 10% off. So yeah, I mean, as part of my simulation video for golden honeypots, they were green and now they've turned red. So like, hopefully that is gonna look good in the video when you guys finally see it. And I hate when the queen does this. She's like, she needs to face left or something so she can actually. I would go blue because the nest is red. I mean, look. We can do blue. I think like half the towards the end of the video when I get like bigger repletes, ideally I want a blue replete, a red replete, and you know, a green replete, but for some reason they're just not holding fluid like very well at the minute. Or at least, sorry, I at least haven't got like big enough repletes. I would go Luca, hello. Logan Fletcher. I use AntFlix to buy my Campanosus ligniperda. Nice, man. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Justin J. Hi, how are you? Right, hold on. I'm going to feed these because these will need some fruit flies. If I've got any fruit flies. Okay, new plan. I haven't got any fruit flies, so it's gonna have to be baby juvenile crickets, guys. Juvenile black crickets, but I will pre-kill them before feeding them. What species is this? This is Myrmicocysis mexicanus, the golden honeypot ant. Hold on, guys, I just need to adjust so you can see the top. So I'm just making it worse. It's starting to get quite blurry, like this is, so. So I'm just pre-killing crickets. These are only small crickets, by the way, because don't really need anything too threatening. What is this? I've already said that. How do you expand the nest when they get too big? You get a bigger nest. That's as simple as that. You either connect it to another nest or you get a bigger nest. Lucas, sorry that I'm so late. Thought I was subscribed on you, but that was on another device. No worries, man. Thank you for the subscription. Now these are crickets are quite a bit bigger, so they might just see this as a bit imposing. Or with fruit flies, they like take them down quite quickly. I mean, they're a bit cautious, you can already tell, because it's a bigger prey item. In theory, they should take them, because the larvae are very, very active larvae. They need a lot of protein. But I have noticed that Mexicanus is just like a bit hesitant compared to a lot of species I keep. Of the 29 species I keep. But I mean, look, they're so cool with like the red gasters because they're filled up at the minute. I will need to switch out the so I think I'll give these like 5 juveniles, dead juveniles, and that should be enough, plenty of protein. Ideally, I'd rather use fruit flies, but at the minute, the 2 fruit fly tubs I have are just got barely anything in it, so they're gonna need some time for all the eggs to hatch. How do you put them in the bigger nest? Well, the sensible option is you connect another nest that is dark and more like, you know, hydrated, dark, etc. And you then expose the old nest with light, and allow it to dry out fully, and the ants will naturally move into the new nest. That's the best one. Loads of YouTube tutorials on how to do that. Now, obviously, if you're in a bit more of a rush, then you could tip them out, but I wouldn't recommend it unless you've been keeping ants for a very long time and you've got a tolerable species that you know would be able to cope with a sudden change. Like, I wouldn't be saying to do that with anything that has a high sensitivity. Like, if you did that with Mesobarbarus, even though it's a beginner species, I just wouldn't recommend it, because if they're in a founding state, it wouldn't be good for them, and the queen could stress and die. Selena Alves, hi, how are you? Ram April, they don't like crickets. I know, this could be I'll see if I can get a couple of fruit flies, because with honeypots, they can be very picky. I'm going to leave it at 3 of these. I'm going to do 3 small crickets and like a few fruit flies. Yeah, 4 fruit flies. See, they're accepting the fruit flies straight away. I think the crickets are just too big. Yeah, fruit flies is definitely the better option. Unfortunately, I just don't have a load ready, so I was kind of hoping that they would accept the... Alice, oh, these are way smaller. Yeah, they are indeed. Goodbye. Ant is your pet, bro. Yeah, look, they've accepted the fruit flies. Are they fire ants, sir? No, they are not. They are honeypot ants. If you haven't seen them, this is them. Look, they hold fluids inside their gases very well, and they've got one of the most active larvae you can ever see. I mean, look, it's literally one's doing the worm. Why are you keeping in your home, bro? Because I'm an ant keeper, bro. Obviously, bro. They will accept the Bro's just doing the worm. Wow, look at that lava move like that. I know, facts, bro. It's kind of crazy. They literally have to pick them back up and put them back in place, like, all the time. It's like literally having, like, children. So these do have, like, huge repeats, but they're just not at a stage where they've got that yet. The ant archives, this is not Latius flavus, this is Myrmecoscitus mexicanus, which is a honeypot ant. Yeah. Anyway, so that's Mexicanus. I'm going to swap it over to a bigger well, I'd say a bigger species, not really bigger, but this is Myrmecoscitus placodops. How many repeats is there? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there should be like 5. There's one underneath, or behind, should I say. My phone is cracked so I can barely see. That ant is huge, yes it is. So I mean, this species is just as big. I'm trying to get a good angle, but obviously can't because how often do I check all of my ants? Well, I have 28 or 29 colonies, so I feed them like every day or every other day. But I check them pretty much most days, unless it's like a sensitive species, then I'll try and avoid checking them, obviously. So yes, 28 colonies. You know, from these honeypots to bull ants to leaf cutters to carpenter to harvester to fire ants to mini trapjaws to harps, all sorts. Can you eat those as candy? Right, you can actually. There is some more foreign countries that eat these as a sweet, because it is very sweet nectar inside, so in theory it would probably taste like a very sweet drink. Try them out first. Come on, guys. They look very happy. They are, well, I don't think they can feel emotions to a certain degree, but yeah, I mean, you can tell that they're content, and obviously there's plenty of brood there, which is a really good sign. Plenty of larvae, so hopefully the colony will continue to grow and there'll be some more bigger repletes. Alice, I want to see the most dangerous and the biggest. Well, I've already showed those, so that was at the start. They were the bull ants. The ant archives. Can you show leafcutters next? I really love them. Also, one of the top 3 species, Atta texanus, to be specific. Well, I have Atta mexicanus, I believe. Is it texanus, mexicanus? Yeah, it's somewhat citrus also. Peruvians eat them, but have you seen what the Peruvians look like? Well, there you go. So, let's see if these will accept the black crickets anyway, the juveniles. Right, let's see if these will accept them. So I'm pre-killing these guys because obviously they're a bit bigger, and I don't want them jumping down and like stressing out the queen. I don't know whether these will take them down, but these are a lot more aggressive than the golden Myrmecocysis mexicanus colony. Yeah, I'll show those next. Well, I've got one more honeypot ant colony to show, but they're in the founding stage, so I won't bother them for long. Are you going to make a live white? with, oh, you're gonna make a live with the craft and ant? Possibly, yeah, possibly do another one. I'm watching the golden honeypot ants drag down the black crickets, so they do accept them inevitably. Just saying. Hello from Kazakhstan. 2-3 years Kazakhstan. What is the type of ants? I only have mesostructure. These are giant honeypot ants. Myrmecocissus placodops is the Latin species name. Right, well, they're actually all trying to escape, so 1 second, guys. I'm going to have to, as you can see... So 4 black crickets, and then... I'll do these and see how these are getting on, guys. We've changed the music up, 1 second. So, let's show these. So this is Myrmecocissus mendex, which is another honeypot ant colony, but like slightly different coloration. And the queen looks like she has 3 eggs just dangling off her abdomen, or should I say gaster. The ant archives, I do use Anti-Escape Pro, but currently I haven't done another layer, and they're only found in stage, so then there's only a few of them. They're not, they're not gonna all escape en masse. For all the other ones that are in bigger numbers, I definitely do. Right, I'm gonna quickly do this one, guys, because I'm just gonna let you watch the queen for a second, because aren't the ants stressed with that light? Not temporary, like on a temporary basis. Yeah, but I don't do it all the time, so they'll be fine. I've been keeping ants for quite a few years, and you've just got to know not to do it for too long or do it too often. But I only stream once a week on a Saturday, guys, so at that point, that's when I put a light on them and have a look. For a short period of time, it's not that problematic. So I'm just quickly feeding these guys, and then I'll put the leaf cutters on. So 1 second, guys, and then I'll show you the leaf cutters. They've well, I say they've regressed, but then I've made a change, and literally within a week they've started to grow again. So the change that I've made has been really beneficial. So let me get the leaf cutters down now so you guys can see the leaf cutters. So this is the leaf cutter colony. I'm gonna have to top this up. So the fungus did shrink, and now it's grown again because I've switched to privet leaves, and they're accepting them nicely, so that's really good. There's a nice amount of condensation in there as well, so I think like they've regressed, which is actually quite good for the video. Obviously, like seeing that they were struggling in the video and then seeing them to go on to succeed is what I want. Not that I want them to struggle in the first place, but I obviously didn't have a cup in there for a starter, so I made that change after reaching out to someone, which they advised me on, and then also switching from bramble and ivy to privet because they just weren't having any of the bramble and ivy. So privet's been working really well, and obviously still using rose petals, which they accept as well. So that was way flatter, and now it's on a vertical kind of growth trajectory. So hopefully it'll recover and go quite big. Let's have a look at the comments. Wellington, hello. Ant archives, they show signs of being really stressed, so it's kind of about knowing the signs of when to stop lighting them. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Do you get all your nests from Ants HQ? Not all of them, no. Flat ones is AFS, like Ants Farm Supplies, Antantics and Wakushi, currently. And then like the vertical upward ones is like Ants HQ, and I have an order of Tar Heel coming as well. The craft amp, put a smaller cup, half of that. Yeah, I could do a bit of a smaller one. I know they're accepting everything now. I think they seem to be doing well. Now, if the fungus shrinks anymore, then I will do I'll cut the cup even more and do that. But for now, I think that's creating a good microclimate for them. So I don't want to make too many changes and it just be detrimental and kill the colony. But they are actually starting to do well now. What species of leaf cutter? Atta mexicana. What's the point of the cup? I have kept leaf cutters. I haven't kept leaf cutters yet. A cup helps like create a stable like microclimate really, and a sense of security, because a pod can be too big for a founding colony. So yeah, they're gonna make a comeback, and it's all good. So I actually have kept privet in a cup to keep alive for a bit longer, but I've noticed that actually some of this privet has just died. Well, you can see at the back there I've got a, but I did feed these the other day, so I don't think they really need much. Anthology, I've not tried my hand at leaf cutters yet, but recently got on it Carabera diversa as my most difficult species. I've never kept that species, but I've heard that they grow fast, and they can escape quite often, and obviously the workers are very small, so the super majors are huge though. But yeah, it's not a species I'd be interested in keeping currently anyway. Maybe down the line. Also, with having leaf cutters, do you keep plants to feed them? Well, I pick a local privet bush and then keep the leaves in this cup, because I don't need many leaves at this point, but maybe later down the line I'll have like a vase or two, or plants in the garden of privet, and then that will help not have to go out and get it all the time. Don't you have to be careful about weird stuff infection and that? Yeah, I mean, you have to. I soak everything. You're talking about pesticides. Yeah, you have to be careful of pesticides because they could obviously kill and harm the ant colony. So yeah, where is that coming from? What on earth? One sec, guys. I've just found a random honeypot ant out and about. The ant archives, hibernating any of your ants yet? Yeah, I've been hibernating quite a few for some months now. What kind of ants are those? They're leaf cutter ants. No, they're not fire ants. They are leaf cutter ants. The ant archives, ant room tour real quick. Okay. So we've currently got black juvenile crickets in here. So you can see loads of black juvenile crickets in there. And then red runner roaches in the other one, bigger crickets in the other one. So my leaf cutter ant colonies there. I've got a mealworm tub there as well to feed everything with. Currently we have Camponotus fulvopilus, which is a very rare ant species, just in that formicarium. We've got my huge Camponotus nicobrantus colony, which is all the way even in here now, so that's my biggest colony in terms of numbers. Then 3 honeypot ant colonies, Camponotus consubrinus right there, Myrmecia similima, which is my bull ant colony, Camponotus singularis, which is like giant forest ants here. Giant forest ants. Another bull ant species, which is, I think they're chilling inside the test tube, but because it's just a founding colony, like there's literally a queen and a worker, but that's Mimisia nigricincta, the jumping jack ant. Then we have harps. Harps again. Mini trapjaws in that one. One sec, guys. I'm stuck on the charger. Camponotus subnudus, Camponotus sanctus, the harps are here as well, which they have some brood development, which is brilliant. And then mini trapjaw ants. And then everything else is in the wine cooler, to be honest. Yeah, I have a lot of species in the wine cooler. So that's it, really. Zarumpel silkskin. I am a hobbyist. Any sun spiders? No, not at all. Do you have a feeding schedule? Like pretty much like every Saturday and Wednesday. I do every single colony, and then for my Nicos I have to do that every single day because they eat like 10 insects a day at this point. A question: will all the species hibernate temps be different in the wine cooler? No. On the top level, you can see there's probably like 10 to 15 species in the wine cooler. On the top level, it's about 10 degrees, like if not like 11 or 12 degrees, and that's most of the Camponotus. On the lower levels, a bit lower, it's like 8 or 9. And that's like a lot of the more temperate species, like the red ants and Lasius and stuff like that. That's it. Only pet I had some viruses, but the meds took care of them. Fair enough. Alright, I'll show you guys quickly on like the videos that I'm working on. This video I'm trying to get done for tomorrow, so I've still got a load to do, but it's not even got a voiceover yet. It is just simply, I'm just putting the clips together. So anyway, that's a video that I'm working on. I still need to do voiceover and script it and everything, and I'm aiming to upload that tomorrow. But it's basically like a bit of a cinematic introduction to my Singularis colony to the channel. So yeah, it will be a very short video, but it's just to keep the channel active really, while I work on some of the bigger simulation videos in the background. The other one that I really is I'm looking forward to, but I've got a long way to do, is the leafcutter ant colony video. That'll be really good. But yeah, it's going to take a while for that to. This video is going to take a while. Let me have a look at the comments. How the Wakushi leafcutter found in pod doing you? It's doing good. It is doing very good. Well, now I've got a cup in there, it's doing good. And then once the colony is big enough, I will be moving it to the crafting ant triple setup. So that'll be good. Nice video, thank you. Can we keep wood ants like this in the UK? Kind of.
This is a leafcutter queen ant, and she has the next 100 days to raise an ant colony and to grow a fungus garden. But will these leafcutter ants accept the UK's winter leaves, or will they reject them and let the fungus garden die and the colony perish?
When's the live ending? Soon. Well, I say soon. Yeah, no, probably like either 7:30 or 8. It depends on viewers. If like the viewers start to really go down, then I'll call it early. But if it stays around this level of like 16, then probably 8 o'clock. But hold on, let me just.
These winter leaves, or will they reject them and let the fungus garden die and the colony perish? The future of the colony all depends on the Royal Highness, the Queen.
So this is all I've done so far. Like it just takes so long to download all the footage and edit it and make a story and do a script and like all sorts. It is a full-blown like one-man production. You've got to bear that in mind. So, do I keep wood ants? No, I don't. Well, not Formica fusca, not Formica rufa. How do I clean out trash? I have to go by. Thank you for joining the live, Ram April. How do I clean out trash, the ant archives? Well, you buy a big one of these, and then you go in and you pick the trash up, and then you put it on some tissue, and then you discard the tissue with the trash on it. Alternatively, you could use a hoover, like I've got there, and then like put a tube in it, and that's a quicker way of doing it. But you'll end up hoovering up some ants, so be prepared to put the ants back, or you need a garden set. Well, look, if you want to send me a garden set, I'd happily take it. But at the minute, that's all I have really, is the hoover and this to get stuff out with. So it's it can be a long process. Peak advertising. What is the rarest ant species in the UK? I mean, it really depends. There's a few. Yeah, there's a few. It depends. Like it's the pricing is a big one as well. That makes it hard. I probably should. Well, look, it's up to you. I mean, I use your smiley face dishes often when hydrating all my ants, so they're getting some good use. The triple setup is on top of my shelves. Once the leafcutter ant colony hopefully starts to boom in 6 to 12 months, and they outgrow this pod, I will then move them into the triple pod setup because it's bigger, and we'll go from there. That'll be that's why I think the leafcutter ant video, this 100-day simulation, will be, I don't know whether it'll have the triple setup in it or whether I'll have to do a 1,000-day video, because they're taking a while to develop, but we'll see. One I can't find. Let's have a look at the comments here. Because I'm not looking forward to cleaning my Mesobarbarus. Well, to be honest, they only really eat seeds for the most part, so they are low maintenance. They're very easy to clean. Thanks for the stream. Gotta go. Cheers, Squidman. When I can find them. And did you see the new micro smiley? No, I've not seen that yet. Would be cool to find a queen during nuptial flight. How do you move the fungus? You just physically move the fungus and then they rebuild it. Well, you don't have tiny ants, right? Do I have tiny ants? I mean, Chrometicastus scutellarius is pretty small, but not tiny. My tiny trapjaws are quite tiny. Glowworms would be cool. Yeah, no, I'm only keeping it to ants. The ant archive's gotta go soon. Bye. Cheers for tuning in. There's a bunch of queens falling down last year in summer. Well, summer's always the best time to find a queen ant from a nuptial flight. So I'll probably be ending the stream in a minute because the viewers have gone down to an average of 10, but I need to do a few things and continue editing some of the videos so I can try and get something out before the end of the weekend, guys. So it was great having you all in, and I'll be streaming again next Saturday at probably the same time, 6 till 8 or 6 till half 7 for an hour and a half or a couple of hours. So I'll see you guys on the next one.